Today is Valentine's Day, and I've been listening to TV and what people are saying about love, and it, the history of Valentine's Day. It started back really in Victorian times when people came out with greeting cards. You could print greeting cards, and so a big industry of sending greeting cards to the people you love. And I just wanted to share that this week I was in Washington with my grandchildren. And there was a lot of noise and a lot of confusion, and it was bedtime, and my daughter was saying to my grandkids, okay, you have to pick up your toys, you have to help me with the table, cleaning off the dinner table, put them in the sink. And these kids were not obeying. They were dawdling around and doing whatever they wanted to do and not being obedient. And so I am the grandmother. And I said, wait, you don't get it. I said, don't you feel better when everything is all cleaned up? Doesn't it feel good to walk into a room that's orderly? And these little eyes got big and they said, well, yeah. And I said, well, you see, order is another name for love. So when you're being orderly, you're expressing love. It's an action verb. So I said, when you want to show your mom that you love her, you can do that by being orderly. And so I thought about all these, Valentines and I love you. Well, it really doesn't mean anything unless there's action. And so I thought I'd share with you some of the things maybe we can do today and in the days that come to be loving. And it doesn't mean buying gifts. So making order and helping someone make order is a wonderful, loving thing to do. And I study a science of love. I've been doing it all my life. And I've been taught that love is another name for God. Call it Allah, call it Jesus, call it Buddha, call it the great cosmic mind, call it the force. But basically it's love. And the way you feel love is by focusing on good. And the more you focus on good, call it God, call it love, call it the infinite divine mind, the more you're aware of what's around you. So this science has kind of broken down different names for love or for God. One of them is principle. Principle means order, law, everything in its right place. Another name is truth. Don't you feel better when you tell the truth? Don't you feel better when somebody else tells the truth? Aren't you safe when you are telling the truth? And here behind me is a Valentine's Day card. And on it, it says, many waters cannot quench love. Quench means put out the flame of love. Many rivers cannot wash it away. Because love is an idea. Love is a power. Love is a force. And so when we are filling our consciousness with love, cool things happen. Unexpected things happen. Miraculous things happen. People come out of the woodwork to help us. We get the job. So I just want to say happy Valentine's Day to everybody and encourage you to think with gratitude about all of the love that you see around you. And I'm going to put a link to this list of all of the qualities and attributes of love. And it doesn't have to be Valentine's Day. It can be any day of the week. It can be at night. Just think about the qualities that you see in your life, like joy, peace, justice, security, reliability, and love would be charity, empathy. Don't you really appreciate when somebody says, "Oh gosh, I know how you feel," or "I don't know how you feel, but you look like you feel really upset, and I'm here with you. I love you." You know, it makes the world a whole better place. And love doesn't have a color, and love doesn't have a religion, and love can be amore, amor, l'amour. It can be in any language, but the concept is always doing something for someone and not asking for anything in return. Just being a lover and being loving. So anyway, that's what I wanted to share with you. I will put on the link a link on my Dropbox so that you can see this list of things to be grateful for and to look for. I gotta tell you though, a funny thing that happened. Many years ago I was building a house, and somebody had the crazy idea to take lumber from the backyard. They were cutting down a tree and take it across the roof of one part of the house. And they didn't realize it, but that roof was of a prefabricated add-on to the house, and they broke the roof. The roof caved in. So I had to get it fixed, and I called a contractor who called another contractor, called an engineer who says, "Oh, don't worry, I take care of it. We just knock down the building and we build a new building and we get a permit from the city and it will be fine." Well, they knocked down the walls and the roof of this extension. It was it's like kind of a, never mind. But the guy comes back and he says, went to city and they say you have to have permit and you have to get a variance and you have to ask your neighbor for permission, and then for 6 months it goes to the city council and then they will give you the permit. So for 6 months I was going to be without the house, without that part of my house. So his brother says, "Well, okay, I'll take you down there, and because I'm a man, and I will talk to them. You will come with me, but I will be the man who will talk to these people." Okay, but finally the day comes when we had the appointment, and he calls me and he says, "Oh, I'm busy, we will go some other day." And I thought, oh, don't, I'm going to go. So as I was driving down to the department to get the permit or to talk to somebody, I magnified everything I could see of love. For instance, I saw that the drivers were driving on the right side of the street. And I thought, that's principle. That's another name for principle. Wow, isn't that great? It's stupid. I mean, it's a little thing, but it's great that people are principled when they drive. And then someone allowed someone to go in, get into the line. And I thought, that's compassion and that's gentleness and goodness. Oh, that's wonderful. So, and I saw the beautiful blue sky and the sun shining, and I was grateful for the beauty around me. And I was grateful that my car was running and that I had gas in my car. And I was grateful and grateful and grateful. So I get to this place where I'd heard there are usually long lines of people and it takes forever. And I look around and there's nobody there. So I see a guy behind the counter and I said, "Where's the line?" And he said, "You are the line." Whoa. So then I explained to him my problem, what had happened, and I opened the drawings and what the house looked like. And he said, "Oh, that's simple. All you have to do is get the permit of your neighbor and you take it to the city council, and in 6 months you'll probably get your permit." Oh, no, that wasn't at all what I had thought. So I beamed up, as you know I do. And it occurred to me to do this. "Help me." I put my finger right in front of his nose and I said, "Help me." And the man went, "Ugh." And he said, "Just a minute." So he walks away and he gets his superior, who comes back, looks at the plans, here's my story, and he says, "Oh, it's very simple. You just have to get the permit, the permission from your neighbor, and you go to the council, and in 6 months you should have, a variance in order to be able to repair your roof." So I beam up again. I say, "God, what can I do?" And it occurs to me to say, "Help me." I put my finger right up in front of his nose and said, "Help me." So he goes, "Huh?" Like this, and he walks away. But he says, "Come with me." So he takes me to another area of the department, and he sits me down on a bench, and he disappears. So I beam up, and I say, "God, I don't want anything illegal, and I don't mind spending money. I just want what's right. That's all. I want what's principled and what's orderly." So a few minutes later, the guy comes back. He motions for me to approach the counter. He rolls out my drawings, and there's a stamp of approval, and then another stamp of approval, and another stamp of approval, and another stamp of approval, and another stamp of approval. And he said, "I took it to the boss, to the man at the top." Sound familiar? And this building was grandfathered in. It has been permitted long ago. So you don't need a new permit. So here you see I was magnifying the Lord, filling my consciousness with good, and unexpected good happened to me. And so that's why I say it's really important to be grateful for all of the attributes of love and of principle and of mind and of beauty that you see around you, because unexpected, wonderful things happen. And that's why I'm letting my light shine. That's why I want to share this with you. I don't know why they called me Chandelier, but that's what I do. I let my light shine. Can't help it. Too bad for you. Have a wonderful Valentine's Day. Bye-bye.